Hello AP students, I hope you had a good weekend. I took a break over the weekend, so I hope you did too. It was kind of nice. And today I went on a little bike ride, so I hope you're doing things that help you stay sane, help your mental health, help you just feel good, because this sucks. So I do hope you're doing some things to take care of yourself that way. I also hope that you are at least conscious of the upcoming test and that this class is kind of a priority for you. I know it's hard because your other classes are demanding, but my goal is to prep you. So just keep that in mind as we go through what is upcoming. So our schedule for Tuesday, tomorrow through next Wednesday is as follows. You're going to watch this video that I'm making, and then you're going to start your first practice. So we're working on prose prompts, because that's what you'll get on the test, is a prose or a passage prompt, and then that's what you rate your essay on. So because we've got the video here, I'm giving you kind of an extra day before it's due, so you've got about 2.5 days to work on the prose prompt number 1, then you've got 2 days for number 2, due Monday, 2 days for number 3, due Wednesday. And so that's what I'll go over in just a minute, is what that assignment actually is. So the first one is listed in your assignments section, but because I haven't finished making the video, it's not quite complete for me to show you right now, but it's in assignments. And that first one will be due on Thursday. So down here at the bottom, you can see it's not quite published or available for you yet, but it will be by the time you watch this. So you can see, please watch the video. I will embed this video here. I'll go over where the documents are in just a minute, because there's a folder called Prose Test Prep, and then now there's Prose Practice, and then there'll be files for each one, number 1 through 3. Because assignment uses Turnitin, hopefully you know this by now, I have to set the dates differently for it to allow late work. So just know that it's not going to match, so just be aware of April 22nd. I've got it in the name of the assignment, and in the description, and on the home page there's schedule. So just be aware of that. But let's go ahead and look at files. So that's where you need to access some things. So once you're in files, you'll go to 3 Prose Test Prep. And you go to Prose Prompt Practice. And the first one that you're going to do is number 1, Peregrine Pickle. You're reading that right. That is the guy's name in the passage. So what you'll see in this folder is the passage. It is a PDF. And that's what it's going to be like on the test. Unfortunately, and this makes me and every other English teacher's heart just break a little bit, you will not be able to annotate on the test. And that makes me go, like I said, breaks my heart, because all year we have emphasized annotation, and it is important. You have to engage with the text, because you know you can't just read something and then magically have something to say about it. Annotation gets you there. And so you can't do that on the text directly. So a couple other teachers and I collaborated, and we came up with kind of a separate way to go about your annotations. So you'll see this assignment is called AP Lit Annotation Chart and Outline, and I'll go over that with you in just a minute. So you've got the prompt itself with the passage, and then this is the actual assignment. For the assignment, I do want you to download it and type on it. Some of you this time printed and then needed to figure out how to upload. That's kind of a hassle for you, and it's not the easiest for me to grade it, so I really would rather you just type on it, and that will prep you for when you are taking the test, because it will all be on the computer. So you can see on this assignment, just list that, because this will be the same form for all 3 practices, so just list the year and title. So this would be 2017, Peregrine Pickle. You don't necessarily do this first just because it's at the top, but you can, because you'll have the prompt in front of you, so you can quickly jot down some of these things. You could possibly even come up with a subject that keeps you on track as you're reading. If you have a claim in mind, or at least the beginnings, that gives you some focus for your reading. And then what this is an annotation chart. So you'll just write the paragraph or line, because you'll see on the passage itself, it's going to open, we'll give it, there we go. You can see there's line numbers. This is really small. But you can see there's line numbers. That just helps you keep track of where you found it since you can't mark on it directly. And then just key ideas. What stood out to you? What would you have marked had you had the ability to mark? And you just jot it down. These are notes, guys, because the idea is to prep you for doing this in a time constraint. So yes, I'm going to look for completion, like do you have things written down? But you're not writing me a novel at this point in time because that's not what you're going to be able to do in the real setting anyway. But I do want you to identify at least 6 different things and then go across the chart of them. And why would I do 6? I wish you could answer me. 6, because then you've got some stuff to work with, because you want, 6 or so pieces of evidence, things that you can use. So if you do at least 6, you're set up for that. Now, not all 6 may be useful in the long run, but again, you're under a time constraint in the real setting. So 6 is a good kind of rule of thumb. And what is revealed, and this draws on what you practice with the short stories that we're due today, is character, setting, plot structure, narration, figurative language. What are you seeing? Why is this standing out to you? And then this is the hard part, but so what? What is this? Oh, that is bad grammar. What is the significance of this? Why is this significant? As what I think I meant to say there. I'll fix that. Think of how it connects to the prompt. So that's why kind of starting your claim is helpful, because then you're going, okay, this stood out to me. What is it revealing? And then how can I use it? And again, this is notes. I'm not looking for, 5 to 6 complete sentences per item. I'm looking for detailed thoughts so that I can see that you engaged with the text and that you could actually do something with it, which you will do. You will complete an outline. I've condensed this just a little bit in that I don't really care for you to type out your conclusion, because oftentimes in a timed writing, you just kind of wrap it up. If this were a formal essay, I would care a little bit more, but this is just a reminder. Really what I want to see is how are you going to break things down. You also know that you don't have to have a third point, but if that's the case, then I would make sure I'm adding an evidence C, because you need to have solid stuff. If you have 2 points, you should still have just as much evidence as if you had 3 points. It's just about organization at this point. But that doesn't mean you have less evidence just because you organize differently. So keep that in mind. So that's the assignment, and you will do this 3 times for 3 different prompts. First one is the Peregrine Pickle. So please download it. So when you click download, it will give you an option. Because some of you are on Chromebooks, and just to keep it simple, I would suggest you save it in your downloads folder. It may automatically go there. And then you can see that I've already downloaded it once, so I'm not going to do it again. I clicked download, my box opened, it went to my downloads folder. It's right here, but don't open it. You don't want to open it, or then it's in Word. What you do want to do is go to your Google Drive, click New, File Upload, in case you're wondering, this is why I've already downloaded it, because I videoed once and then I got my computer froze. So I already downloaded it once. You'd go to your downloads folder, and then you would select that document, open it, and then make sure you are wherever you want it to be in your drive. So if you have like an AP folder or whatever, you would want to make sure you're in that. This is my 1920 Corona teaching files, so that's fun. It's still Word, so when you open it, you can do a couple things. You can open it and say open with Google Docs, or this is what I would do, right click it. Actually, nope, you still open it either way. So open with Google Docs. Man, it's still being slow. And even though you opened it in Google Docs, it's still going to keep it in Word format. So you can do that if you want, but for simplicity, I would change it to a Google folder. And maybe you're wondering, well, why isn't it a Google document in the first place? And that's because I can't put Google Docs in the files. It's just one of those things. So you can see it's still a Word document. So if you go to File, just thinking about it. Give me a sec. Save as a Google Doc. So that's how you'd go about doing that. So yeah, that is the assignment. Sorry that was kind of a long video. My computer's just really tired, as are we all. But anyway, that's what we're working on for the next week. I will post number 2 and 3 before you need to start doing them. I just have to modify some things on the documents themselves before I can put them up. But yep, the first one you're going to work on is this paragraph pickle. It's a fun one. I enjoy it. When I was retyping it, I got a couple chuckles. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can get some things out of it to say, because you are doing the annotation chart and then you are outlining. So as always, please email if you have questions. And yeah, happy analyzing.